All right, that is Donald's, and it's not done. I got to do the edge, and then I'm going to do a fade. I know it looks like there's a fade, but it's not. I had to dampen this to stamp my tooling marks in there, my designs in there, and it's still wet. When it dries, it'll be this color. So I'm going to go finish my edges on the belt sander, come back here and slick them all up, and then I'm going to put my fade on it, and this will be ready to go. Well, actually I got to put an edge on it, so I'll go to my other shop and put my edge on it and package it up. I might be able to ship this tomorrow or Tuesday, because I'm going to town Tuesday. I have a doctor's appointment. I think I already mentioned this. So I got to go get, this is the last little bit of leather I have, and I'm going to go ahead and buy two, I think it's a side or maybe it's a shoulder. Anyway, I'm going to get two of them, and they're about 60 bucks. I got a veterans discount over there, so they're right at 60 bucks a shoulder. And I want to buy two of them just so I don't have to drive all the way back over there. Okay, let me go put this on the belt sander and then come slick the edges up, put my fade on it, and then put the edge on this. And then I'm going to get to work on marks, knife, buffing it up, polishing it. I may get the handles on it today, depending on how quickly I can get it to take a mirror polish. There we go. Let's see if I can get it out one-handed here. All right, let us go and let's go put an edge on it, and it's done. Finito, completo. All right, see you in the other shop. All right. My Bluetooth just took over. Wait a second. I'll have to fix that. Okay, this is my brand new diamond sharpening system. I gotta turn that AC on. It's already hot in here. You know what? I think I'm gonna reward myself with a cup of coffee, and then I'll put the edge on. Get my hands good and shaky, because it's always good to have shaky hands when you're putting a razor sharp edge on a knife. And it's always good to have your safety flip-flops on when you're using a chainsaw. All right, it's coffee time. See what I mean? Coffee time. All right. We're done. And he has already paid me. He prepaid. So I will get this in the mail Tuesday when I go to the big city. I sure do appreciate Wedgetail Leather telling me about diluting the dye with alcohol, and it gives you more control over how dark the edge is. When I do a fade, I really want it to fade from dark to light, or light to dark. And this really is, it makes a big difference. Let me turn this off and just look at natural light, because that is super bright light. So that's what this would look like in, you know, I got outdoor light coming in here and everything, and overhead light. So there we go. Okay, now I'm going to polish Mark Williams' knife. I gotta take his information home and get a box addressed. So, Donald, you are done. I sent him a picture of it just to let him know what it's looking like, and to expect me to ship it Tuesday. And so here we go. Let me get my gloves on. That is sanded up to 800. So I think what I'm going to do is buff this up, mirror polish it, heat treat it, and temper it today. And that's all I'm going to do today. And Wednesday, now today's Sunday, so I know it's a long ways off, but I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm not going to do anything until I get a face shield. And so anyway, let me get this done and heat treated and tempered, and that's probably going to be all for me today. All right, we're out of the buffing room. I gotta go. This is where it's painful. You put all this work into getting it look like that, and then you gotta heat treat it and temper it, and it's gotta come out of the tempering oven looking like I never did anything to it. But here's what I know: the degree to which you finish it before heat treating is only the degree to which you can finish it after heat treating. So if you make it look as mirror-like as you can before, you can get it to that degree after you heat treat and temper. It takes about the same amount of work. All right, let's see. That's it. I'm heat treating this and tempering it, and it'll be 2 hours in the tempering oven. So that's already like 1-ish. So I think that's going to be it for me today. I am going to wait until I get my face shield, because before I can heat treat any of these, I do have to buff them, but I don't want to put this on my buffer with all the stuff that's in the cracks and crevices, because it'll contaminate the buffer for when I, try to mirror polish. So I do need to mirror polish all these. I don't call it a mirror polish. They are polished. This is a mirror polish. These are going to be polished very nice. I mean, you may look closely and see a sanding line in it, but they are going to be polished. And I don't want to put them on any of my buffing wheels until I get the wire wheel and clean them all up. So, alrighty, that being said, this is it. It's going to be heat treated, tempered, and that's the end of this video. So I will see you. I'll be back to work in here Wednesday. So you'll probably see a video Thursday morning. Have a good couple of days, y'all. Okay, this bird here at the top of that phone pole. I was watching the bird. It's a woodpecker. It flew off the top of that pole over, about the middle of the yard here, and then flew back up to the middle of the pole with a bug in its mouth. So it caught a bug in midair.
It was a cicada.
A cicada, you think?
Yeah, because it was big.
It is big. We watch that bird all the time. It might not be that bird, but a bird.
I don't know where my hummingbirds are.
Yeah, we used to have crowds of them here.
I guess they're not moving yet. Like the last 2 weeks of August is usually the beginning of them coming through here.
Yeah, we see a lot of wildlife from the front porch. Here's a little update on knives. This is Sunday, so you'll probably see this Tuesday. I have three knives. One for Ann, which is the mini swamp rat. One for Jay Wallace, which is the swamp rat, and these are all file knives. And one for Mystery Buyer, which is a file knife also. And then I have Mark Williams I'm working on, and he wants a super high polished one. So today, I'm only going to work on Mark Williams' knife. And the reason is, I have to wire brush really hard, wire wheel, the file knives to get the schmutz out of the grooves and cracks and dimples of the file knives before I heat treat them, or it gets baked in there. And I've been pushing my luck not having a face shield when I'm wire brushing. I mean, nothing will make you lose your sight quicker than getting one of them wires come off that wheel. So, what? Doctor's Tuesday? Is that what you said?
Yeah, on Tuesday.
So we'll just go Tuesday then. I got to get leather. I can't make any more sheaths. I have 2 knives I can make sheaths for, and that's the dinner skinner for Donald that I've got finished now, except for the edge. It just needs a sheath now. And then I got enough leather to make a sheath for Mark's super shiny mirror polish knife with synthetic handles. So I may work on those 2 today, and then Tuesday I will go get leather, and I'll go by Harbor Freight because I gotta go all the way over to Bossier City. It's an hour from here, 60 miles. Well, it's not 60 miles. What is it, about 45?
Yeah.
Something like that. Where we used to live in Sibley is about 60 miles from where I live now, but Bossier is closer than that. So anyway, I got to go all the way over to Bossier to get leather, so I'll go by Harbor Freight and pick me up a face shield, and then I'll get back to work. So in the meantime, today I'm going to work on polishing up Mark Williams' knife and making a sheath for Donald's knife. And probably tomorrow, I got a whole bunch of cleaning in my shop. Not my knife shop, but the leather shop and the kitchen, the rest of the shop. You know, probably a couple times a year of cleaning is a good idea because it gets so heavily covered in dust from all the stuff I do in there. You know, I leave the doors open, and
Maybe you could hit the toilet.
I probably could if I remember how to clean a toilet. Maybe you could come down there and show me.
No. Have 2 in here that has to be cleaned every day.
Yeah, it's time to clean your toilet when you have to close the door so you don't hear the voices. Alrighty. That's probably too much information, but...
And maybe one day we could go ride our bikes.
Well, I do. I got my generator project I need to resume. You know, it's been... With heat index, it's been in the hundreds. And, you know, all the bacon grease will leak out of me if I get outside in that kind of heat. Okay. One more cup of coffee. And I'm going to go to work.